managers sell this as a tool to really empower players and as something to help them grow and develop, then players appreciate it and they understand that it helps them. It needs to be sold and players need to understand that and they need to want it to help support their development. If they don't see it supporting their development, then they won't buy in. And some players will want it and want lots and lots of it, and other players won't, and that's fine. Players, you know, and that's perfectly fine, and what helps them and what helps one player won't help another. But if you can help 2 or 3 players, then it's worth doing.
Performance analysis does have a huge role. Personally for me anyway, as a defender, I suppose I use it an awful lot. We have certain apps now that we use with Galway where you can see highlights of players you're going to be playing on numerous teams, and I suppose when you're having your breakfast, having your bowl of porridge in the morning, you'll be looking at what side a guy you'd favour to turn first, or how does he approach a high ball, or things like that. So I use it an awful lot, I'd have to say.
You try to play back a match in your head and you think something happened the way it did, and then you look at the video and completely different. So it's like looking from the outside in, and that is like that could improve your game, knowing, looking at, you know, things like that. I suppose the way I've used it is I've been converted from a back to a forward, a good or bad thing, I'm not too sure, but how to move and the space you have to manipulate and everything like that. Like that's how video analysis helped me massively. When I'm on the field, I can only see, I suppose, what's in front of me. But when I'm looking from a video point of view, from the video analysis, I can see, right, there's actually space in that far wing, or that's where I'm supposed to be running. And so when I try that in training, you try it, and you know kind of instinctively then, without looking, I remember that there's space over that side and there's your player, like things like that.
You sit down after a game and look back at the game and see areas that you could have improved on and could have worked on, and what you've done well too, which is the main thing. I think it can get caught up in what you've done wrong, but there's also things that you've done good too, so that's important not to forget that. But it's a great way of helping you and analyse your game yourself.
Better county managers have a very good concept of how important analysis is and where it sits in the big picture. So, I mean, we talk about players and the mind, the body, the soul, and all of the bigger picture of what a player is. The analysis, and for example, I worked for years with Anthony Daly, and he would have always talked about analysis being the 2%. It's the icing on the cake. You need to have your physical preparation correct. You need to have your mental preparation right. You need to have players who are prepared to fight the fight. You need to have players who are skilled in left hand, right hand. You need to have all of those things correct, and then the analysis will help you fine-tune at towards the end of that process, Owen. And I think the best managers have a really good handle on that. People can get very distracted with numbers and, oh, we need stats on this, that and the other. And actually to take it back to fundamentally, why are we measuring? Are these measures serving us? Are they helping us, you know, implement our philosophy of play and the way we want to play? And the better managers have that down.